All right, recording has been started.
All right. So, what happened last week?
Good question.
We were still investigating the missing bandits. We took a watch, nothing happened. We made our way overland to the road where we encountered the one who cut and run, who was very freaked out by us showing up and had to be reassured by their friends that, yeah, these guys kind of suck, but they're the least worst option. I think we buried the two who were dead, because at this point with the detours...
Yep, we dug holes for
We
them.
found out... We had found out that... I don't know, Fire, if you were aware of this, we had found out that the other camp also got the people yoinked. The person we spoke to who had initially cut and run had tried to go back to the camp, had found some weird shit going on, so had been going around the back way, and had seen a dude in a mask talking that all the bandits in the camp seemed entranced by it, but I do not remember this person's gender. I am so sorry.
This person I've used multiple pronouns for this bandit.
Cool, okay, that's fine. But they were not seen, so they weren't entranced, so we think that whatever it is might have something to do with sight. It's either sight or being able to hear the fucker clearly.
Yep.
Both of which we can maybe mess with. And they all seemed entranced and were listening, and we had the realization that the mask is probably showing some kind of magical thing. And we may have to break a motherfucker's jaw so that he can't talk enchantment bullshit.
Yep, either that or plug our ears.
Yeah, we threw a lot of wild theories on how the mask worked, but we won't find out till we're there, sadly.
We figured out...
But apparently PK didn't expect us to be figuring out ways to account to the masks bullshit at this point, which, PK, you know we're paranoid.
No, I know you're paranoid. I just genuinely, and I feel bad for this, I genuinely did not expect you guys to strategize.
These characters are a high-intelligent party. But... we may not be, but they are. We figured out... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, Fern mentioned that Fern has telepathy in a short range / use.
Yeah.
Kind of coerced it out of them a little bit. But they did share it with us, so we know we might have that. And then
we might be able to have one person with like their ears blocked functioning as, hey buddy, you don't get to talk.
And then we arrived at Peckney. In between there, Soot figured out what the items were. You just saw him fiddling with them, but he may or may not tell you what the things are later when we start to strategize.
That you picked up from the camp.
Yeah, because there was a couple of things that we found, and they should be in the loot chat, and Soot's just been holding on to them for now.
Asus.
He doesn't seem to be hoarding them or anything like that. He's just like, yeah, I'll hold on to this. Safekeeping.
Cool.
Right. Any questions, Fire?
No, I don't think so. Just as a warning, though, I may be a little out of it today because I'm sick.
Hey, Mood, I'm just getting out of mine.
Sorry to hear that, bud.
Aww.
It's okay. Yeah. But looking forward to playing game. So
Yay, good to have you.
We're gonna game.
Yes.
So, just brief reminder before we begin, the 4 bandits that you are with are named Booker, Mace, Morgan, and Corinne.
I will promptly forget all of those names.
Yes,
I think I wrote them down.
In case anybody cared about the bandits.
Morgan, Corinne, Booker, and Mace. Yeah, I got them all written down.
Yes, and Corinne was the one who ran away from you guys during the initial combat. Jesus fucking Christ. Ran away from you guys during the initial combat, and as such was able to witness whatever attack on the Ring of Dogs camp there was, despite it seeming perfectly peaceful, and report the information of the man in the mask to you.
The man, the
Yeah.
mask, the man, the mask, the legend.
The man, the mask, the legend, the very same.
Still can't believe there's
I'm
a whole ring of
reminded that
dogs.
their group name is Ring of Dogs. It sends a
Yeah.
little thrill of joy through me.
Yeah.
Ring of Dogs.
There's
Shout
a
out to
whole
Ring
ring of dogs.
That ring is full of dogs.
Yeah.
You guys, like they said, have finished your evening's rest, woken up bright and early in the morning, and started off to Peckney. And you're really only an hour or so away. 2 hours probably was what I said. You're only about 2 hours out from Peckney after you're camped for the night. And so as you draw up on the town is much, much too big a word. Village, kind of pushing it. Settlement, I mean, yes, by definition. It seems more like several clusters of buildings, which mostly look to be residential, mostly look to be houses. Maybe what might qualify for some kind of official administrative building. What looks like one general store, and another building sort of closest to the road. Everything else is sort of on either side of the road as you draw up and enter this small little village. On either side of the road there are buildings, but the one closest to the road is kind of a dilapidated not dogs. Ring of Dogs. Sorry. Ring of Dogs.
Nice.
Sort of a faded, dilapidated building. It seems like it's still in use. There's lights on in the windows. Over the door, this is the building next to the general store. Over the door, there is sort of a yellow sign with faded, near illegible text that was probably read at some point hanging over the door. You can't really make out what the main text of the sign is. It's so faded, but underneath it, and maybe more recently refreshed script, there is still in red letters, open 24 hours.
It's a bar.
So were we just following the regular path, right? Or were we actually following a lead for...
You followed tracks that brought you to the road and started heading north. You are no longer able to follow specific tracks because it's a road and therefore the tracks blend in. But when you were leaving and when you got back to the road, you found that the large group of tracks sort of split up until it looked like they were probably moving in groups of maybe 4, 5, 6, maybe. And moving on the road in smaller groups, spaced out rather than as a large 20-plus person huddle.
Yeah.
So you were not following their specific tracks by the time you get to Peckney, but you are aware that they were on the road.
Gotcha.
Can we go in?
You can absolutely go in.
Oh, I just had a thought, guys.
Share your thought, Ren.
There was that theory that, hey, maybe Masked Man is Adder, right? What if Adder's just trying to clear up the bandit problem and he's just, like, sending these fuckers off someplace? God damn it.
What if
But
Adder
if it
is
is him, he's doing it in pretty much the most fucked up way possible.
Yeah.
which, from what you said, does not sound in character.
I know, it does not, but also, it's been a couple of years.
The most suspicious possible way to do this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if they don't fight back...
the most pretty much blatantly evil way you could do this?
I mean, it's not like you... Well, there was one person that died.
Also, mind control's pretty fucking evil!
But...
As far as you know, the masked man's body count is lower than that of your own.
Yeah.
With regards to dealing with these bandits.
Yeah.
What that says about their level of evil is literally nothing.
Exactly.
Because you can be so evil without killing people.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But either way, it's a small thing, but my brain was like, oh no. What if, though? That would suck a little. I'm not even gonna think about it. It's gone. It's not a thing. It's just a theory.
Yeet the thoughts from your brain.
It's gone.
Theory.
Blorbo.
Are you scared? Are you scared, Red?
I don't want it to be.
No.
But I'm not scared. I'll just kind of kick his ass a little bit. It's fine.
It's fine.
Anyways. Continue, I'm sorry.
Would you guys like to enter the building?
Please. Yeah.
Yeah.
You enter, and inside you're greeted by what appears to be a restaurant. Sort of fairly bright lantern lighting over booths with faded leather upholstery, and a counter up at the front. And a couple scattered individuals throughout the restaurant, and a man approaches you. He's wearing all black and has a name tag on the front of his shirt that says Leighton, and he says, "Hi, welcome to Denny's."
Stops in the doorway and walks out. He is not staying in the Denny's. Goodbye.
Okay, that's the soonest I have ever managed to drive someone off. How many?
How many of us are there again? But there's like 6, right?
Yeah. Plus 4 bandits.
So there's 10 of us, if we have the room for that.
Do you want me to put tables together?
Sure, why not?
Okay, I'll put tables together.
Vern, would you go get our friend?
Welcome to Denny's.
You watch the worker sort of. He's not like beyond. He's not like unenthusiastic, but he's putting the most like middling level of energy you've ever seen anybody put into any task. He goes and he starts arranging tables and chairs to fit your party.
So minimum wage exists in
Yes.
Galarian as well.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Does Fern go to get soot?
Nocturne?
Yes. What was the question? Sorry.
Does Fern go to get soot?
Yes.
He doesn't
What's that up
really
to?
want to go in is the thing. Well, I could kind of just like stay out here and he like gestures or like looks around for an excuse. I can stay with the cart.
Does the cart need to be watched?
I mean, there was a bandit problem.
I guess that's a DM question.
Oh, sorry.
Do I, assessing the state of the cart and horses, determine that they need to be watched?
There are places for you to hitch them, and there are big enough windows in the Denny's that you, from your seat inside, will easily be able to watch the cart.
What's the real reason you don't want to go in?
Worked at Denny's, didn't like the Denny's. Don't trust Denny's.
That's fair. You don't have to get anything from the Denny's.
He makes a face, even if you don't take anything. He just shivers a little.
I mean, I can't make you go inside, but Victor was the one who asked me to come get you. And Fern just kind of smiles and tilts their head towards the door of the Denny's.
Hold on. I'm trying to think.
To be fair, Soot, your understanding is that your particular Denny's location was something
different.
of an outlier.
Yeah, he just...
The vibes are very different at this Denny's.
Okay.
For one thing, Leighton was wearing a name tag.
Oh, thank God. Well, that's one better thing. Well, it's not going to be on Victor's behalf, but... Sure. I might as well just sit.
Yeah, it'll be fine, and if it isn't fine, the rest of us will be here.
He doesn't necessarily seem too soothed by it, but he seems to appreciate it nonetheless. He gives your arm like a little bit of like a pat.
Nice.
But
Nice.
but he's definitely not doing it on Victor's behalf.
Fern was making a patented joke.
Yeah. Sid is definitely smiling a little bit at that, yeah. And he kind of does apologize a little bit to you at least. Just hard to stop the what do you want to call it? Gut reaction?
That's fair.
He just kind of shakes his head a little.
No shame in dealing with it first. Better to deal with it than to be in the middle of it and have things go worse.
Sid kind of shrugs a little bit. But yeah, he'll go in.
The Denny's.
I'm so sorry, guys.
Get into the Denny's now.
Re-enters the Denny's.
He will sit in the Denny's. He will order no food and no drink.
That man has entered a Denny's.
He's entered a Denny's and the world shifts.
By the time Soot and Fern return, Leighton has arranged some tables and chairs to sit 10. And he says, "Excuse me just 1 minute, your server will be with you shortly," and walks away, and leaves you guys to get seated.
Soot takes the, if these are booths or whatever, he's, sitting on the very edge.
He's pushed 4 square tables, or 3 square tables together. So.
Whatever's closest to the door.
Okay.
Skylar mutters something like, "What's a moons over my hammy?"
Yeah, if you guys want a fantasy menu for Fantasy Denny's, just look up the actual Denny's menu, because that's what I'm using.
I am, God bless.
Incredible.
Nice.
I am not, because from everything I've heard, the less I interact with Denny's, the safer I will be.
I don't even know if you're
That's
talking
right.
about real Denny's or fantasy Denny's at this point.
Just since
Yes!
fantasy Denny's, you should stay far away from.
What Real do I Denny's know?
Stay away from.
Yes.
What do I know about fantasy Denny's, PK?
Make
You want me to roll for
make
it?
a history or a local check for fantasy Denny's.
I'll make a local check because that's better.
Why is there a
Um,
sign-in option on the Denny's website?
You gotta
Oh,
get your
that's
Denny's
okay.
Your
rewards.
Denny's rewards program.
That's a dirty 20.
A dirty 20. All right.
And I've been to the fantasy Denny's, right?
You have
Okay,
been to
very
fantasy
quickly.
Denny's, yes.
Okay.
Actually,
I've also been to the IHOP.
You've been to the IHOP.
The
Good for
IHOP.
you.
Oh no, the
There's
IHOP
only
is something
one.
very specific.
Yeah.
but-
I know what it's about.
The Denny's, Fern, you, for the most part, I cannot stress this enough. This is probably a 95% of the time rule. Denny's are just a food chain that happens to be open 24 hours and provides, well, sustenance. But with a dirty 20, you've heard of some weird Denny's. Not even thinking about, say, the IHOP.
Yeah.
You've heard of some unusual Denny's, I will say, and you would place a bet that probably isn't concerned about this being like, a 95% Denny's.
Yeah.
So
That worked out a weird Denny's.
it worked at a 5% Denny's.
He was one of the 1% of employees that made it out.
I wonder what working at that IHOP does to you.
Oh, I bet you want to know.
I feel like
Oh, no.
I feel like I can take a couple good guesses.
Oh, you can take some guesses about that IHOP. Anyway, a minute after you were left to settle in, Leighton returns, this time with one of those aprons with a pocket and a little notebook in it, and he says, all right, I'm going to be your server today. What can I get you all to drink?
Hey, DM, looking around, are there other employees, or is this like that situation of that one guy from Avatar: The Last Airbender who had all the jobs with different personalities for all the jobs?
Make a perception check.
He said I was gonna get your server and then walked out with his own booking.
Let's see.
Maybe he works like my mom, where he's hostess and server.
That's 13 plus, I think, 12 or something. Let me be sure. Skills. Perception. I have too many skills. Yeah, 13 plus 12.
it's gonna
25.
get worse.
25.
Okay, those of you rolling perception, you both see, you don't see other employees in this establishment. However, to answer your secondary question, Jamie, he didn't even seem to bother changing personality
Yeah.
or attitude. He asked you his question in the same damn tone of voice he asked his previous ones. So, this might be the only guy. But he has his little pad of paper. He's waiting to take your order.
Hot chocolate.
Can do.
So I'd like the clearly fruity pancake breakfast.
Can do.
Oh, if we're doing food as well as drink, the French toast grilled cheese sandwich, please.
Can do.
Just chicken biscuit and gravy bowl with orange juice, thanks.
All right.
Why do you guys know what's on the fucking
They looked at the Denny's menu.
I opened up my Uber Eats and looked at Denny's menu.
I looked up the weirdest food on the Denny's menu, and it gave me a list.
I'm on the Denny's website right now.
Yeah.
I'm also on the Denny's website right now.
Hold on, I gotta get on the Denny's website.
Here's my- have you go-
I don't want none of this.
Have you gotten Oreo milk, the ingredients to Oreo milkshakes at all?
Oreo milkshakes are a seasonal specialty.
Okay, strawberry then.
Okay.
Oreo milkshake.
God, I feel that so hard. That's how I feel whenever someone asks me about a pumpkin spice latte.
Right?
It's March.
God. It's March.
It's
what the
March.
hell?
You know. You
It's
know
been
in your
months.
heart.
They're like, maybe they have a little left over.
Right.
God.
What? I don't know when the server gets back to me, but Soot just like stares at him for a moment and like very carefully brings up the menu and is just like, 4 bacon strips, please. And then closes the thing with maintaining eye contact and slides the menu towards him. Like, there's an air of caution about this man that has not been seen before, even in battle.
He takes the menu from you, and he says, "Not the weirdest order I've had this week," and moves on to the next person in line.
Fern orders a stack of cookie dough pancakes.
Nice.
And that's it.
All right.
Yeah, I am on principle not going to look up the Denny's menu, so I think Aya is just going to get like an orange juice as well, and
You're missing all of the ridiculous Denny's options.
I considered
Oh,
the
well.
latent cheddar tater tot things, but you know, Soot doesn't. There's a reason.
He takes your order. Ring of dogs. All 4 of them order omelets, and with every omelet ordered, Leighton seems a little bit more tense.
Oh no!
oh no!
Omelets are the worst to make. I feel bad for him.
Oh no, he's the cook too.
Yeah, he's the only person here. Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay, clearly his union isn't doing their job.
He doesn't have
Denny has
one.
a union?
It's Denny's. You think he's a union?
He needs to have a union, clearly.
Yes, the Denny's Workers Union.
There's
my God.
only him. How would he unionize?
Yeah.
Oh no, other workers in other franchises?
One would hope.
Listen, if he unionizes, then that's 100% of the workforce, right?
You think you can unionize across franchises?
That's funny.
But Leighton takes your orders, and slightly more downtrodden than before, leaves you again in the dining room.
We gotta tip this man well.
I feel bad for ordering an omelet. He seemed like he really didn't want to do omelets, but I have a gluten allergy.
I don't actually see any other employees here. That's... God, he must be so tired. Huh. I should tip him extra.
Well, he probably hasn't been working like the whole time they've been open,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah, but
No, that can't be
he's-
possible.
But also, he's like fully hostess and waiter, and also probably could if he's the only one, and like looks around. Yeah, no, he should
You can-
definitely be getting more.
You can see sort of over the counter back into the kitchen. He's moving around in there. You don't see anybody else moving around in there.
Yeah, no, he's the
Aren't
only
there-
one. This is the only village Denny's. I think he's the only worker.
The only Denny's.
Village Denny's.
Are there any other customers in this village Denny's?
Yeah, there's a couple. It seems like there's a couple, as in a pair of people sitting in a booth in the back corner, and then one really old lady sitting with some coffee at one of the tables.
Ah, the regular.
Ye olde Denny's.
Ye olde Denny's.
The old lady's probably been sitting there for at least 4 hours.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She comes
Oh,
in
yeah.
every day to order a coffee and read the newspaper.
That woman
No,
got
'cause-
here at 5 in the morning and has not moved since.
She takes advantage of the free refills.
Yep.
Right.
She'll be here till noon.
She tips $5.
Okay, so I have to ask, how much gold are we tipping this poor overworked Denny's man?
Well, let's see how much
Well-
I got.
Well, the thing is, a gold itself is an obscene amount of money. So I'd probably just tip him a gold. Because the gold is like 2 weeks worth of labor in, at least in 5e.
In 5th edition, it is.
Yeah, I don't know how it works out here.
I don't know how money works.
Scale down your gold piece a little bit for Pathfinder.
Oh, holy fuck.
No, I mean, like, scale it down as in it's
okay.
not worth as much as you think it is.
Oh, okay, cool. I was like, oh my god, are they being paid less? Holy
No,
hell.
they're being paid more.
Cool. Good.
But it's still, you know,
Yeah.
Well, I can give 4 gold and 10 silver. That's a pretty good tip for one person and 4 pieces of bacon.
I'll toss some gold into the pot. I'll toss some gold in for the tip as well. We're a really big table.
What were you
Ring
saying?
of Dogs is patting down their pockets, looking for change that they can toss into their,
Actually-
Whatever, like, the other highest thing that everyone else is putting in, like, not match the tip jar, but like.
Yeah, I'll put 4 in here. I'll put 5 in here. Sure. That'll
Maybe let's write down our tips in chat.
Yes, please.
We're making this man rich.
yeah. Tyler's like, how much is a plate of pancakes? Like, 2 gold? Here you go. Where is this?
Good for Ring of Dogs. Love that for them.
Hope you guys are enjoying my Denny's LARPing experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what I signed up for when I signed up for Pathfinder.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm
Denny's
enjoying the fact
simulator.
that everyone leaned into it.
Yes.
Denny's simulator.
Denny's simulator where you pay the worker.
the overworked singular worker that seems to be doing everything. God.
At least he's also working a tipped position.
Yeah.
True. Real.
I mean,
God.
who's gonna
And occasionally you get adventurers who go, this is fucked.
Yeah.
like, also, who's gonna take the tips away from him? He's the only employee.
Dude, I remember when I worked for BK, we weren't allowed to get tips, so.
Oh, I wasn't allowed
Yeah.
tips at Noodles and Company either.
Oh, it was so fucked
Mo-
up. People would try to give me. I got like somebody trying to give me $10. I was like, I literally can't take this from you. I'm so sorry. I have to put it in my. I have to tuck this in the money drawer for the company to keep. Like that's how that goes.
So fucked up.
Whenever someone would leave tip on their table, I was technically supposed to report it to the manager. I just didn't. I put it right in my pocket. God bless.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck yes,
I
God
wish I
bless.
could have done that, but they watched me like a hawk, and I wanted to die. So you know.
I have
Yeah,
a tip
I will
pool.
give this. Nice.
At work I have a tip pool, so if I shoved it in my pocket, I'd be an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, yes, I
But
will make
hell
sure
yeah,
this gets right.
steal.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'll make sure this gets right to the manager. Thank you for this tip. Shoves it into pocket.
Oh no, I forgot.
Yolanda didn't need that $10. I needed that $10.
Right?
Yeah,
Alright.
your manager should not be getting tips.
No.
No.
Unless they're working like
Nope.
you.
Actually, you know what? I will bump hers up to 10 to sort of.
Oh my god.
No, the
God,
reason
you're like-
is because Ring of Dogs is doing sort of 3 gold between 4 people, so she's kind of rounding that number up a little bit more.
God.
All right.
Is the food?
Yeah, how much is the food?
Your food, I cannot stress this enough, your food will be less than a gold per person, significantly. You're paying 5 silver per person for your meal, except for Soot, who's paying a silver.
Yeah, just the bacon.
In which case, I'll throw like the extra 5 silver that I would get as change onto the tip as well.
All right. So Leighton comes back out. This time wearing an apron.
Fern puts 1 gold into the pile and looks at the rest of you.
Sid shrugs and is just like, yeah, Sid just shrugs and is just like, I mean, we found this gold. It doesn't matter where it goes to me.
Oh, it doesn't matter to me either. You're just gonna get yourself stared at in a lot of places.
Skylar is too ashamed to
What's
admit that she is rich, and they are rich and don't actually know the price points of commonplace things like food.
Victor just wanted to match whoever was highest.
Aya is also covering some of the tip for Ring of Dogs. Since Leighton did seem so disgruntled about having to make omelets.
Ring of Dogs is already tipping over a 200% tip.
Yeah.
We are 800%.
Yeah.
PK, if I do this, I have a nice even 275.
Yeah, that's what I did mine for.
I actually encourage you guys tipping Leighton this much. Leighton comes out first with Cal and Skylar's food and Soot's bacon. Brings out stuff for Aya and Victor next. Whatever Fern got, the cookie dough pancakes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gives that to Fern. Turns to Ring of Dogs and says, "Hi, your omelets are just going to be a few minutes more. I'm sorry." And he looks like he's emotionally steadying himself to walk back into the kitchen.
Oh,
God.
But he does.
I hope those omelets taste great, Ring of Dogs.
He's just like, why did I take this job?
Hey, I didn't realize omelets were going to be such a thing. It's normally just a good food for me to get at restaurants.
Hey, if you've got an allergy or something of that nature, it's not necessarily a problem. If it's on the menu and it's available...
Can he take it off the menu?
He might be able to.
If it's just that guy, should he just take omelets off the menu?
It might be
really allowed to.
Yeah, no, it might be a corporate thing.
Yeah.
With
Would I know this?
Allowed to modify.
So
PK,
you would know that.
He just nods stoically, the resigned, and just it is a corporate thing. He's not allowed to take it off the menu without going up the chain a bit. And that's not something you should do. And he just makes a face. I don't know anybody who's come back from that.
Wait, I'm sorry, where did you work?
Denny's.
That sounded...
When he says Denny's, he just stares at the 4 pieces of bacon on his plate.
I think it sounds like Soot worked at one of the weird Denny's.
Yes, there are some weird Denny's out there.
Do I know about the weird Denny's, PK?
Roll a knowledge local.
This is so dumb.
I'm fascinated by the implication of that being a knowledge local. So it's there is a weird Denny's nearby. I mean, I guess this is a weird Denny's, but this doesn't seem like it is that weird of a Denny's.
It's knowledge local for a reason.
Yeah.
28.
28? You know about the weird Denny's. The weird Denny's, I'm gonna text you what you know about the weird Denny's.
Oh my god, this is so ridiculous.
The weird Denny's is gonna be a plot point.
Oh, for sure.
We've gotta shut down the weird Denny's.
And guys, we're going to the IHOP.
Oh my god.
This is non-negotiable.
You see,
Cal
the way you're
eats all-
talking. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, Cal's just being weird again. Cal eats all the whipped cream off their hot chocolate and gently
Yes!
salts their hot chocolate.
Oh my god. You're putting.
Bless.
That's wonderful.
Nice.
I love cows so much.
If anyone looks at them while they do this, they just stare at you while just holding, like, gently shaking the salt shaker over their hot chocolate.
I don't think any of us are gonna care. We're all
Yeah.
Yeah, we all got our,
unhinged.
Yes.
we all got our eccentricities.
You guys
Skylar's
do
certainly
watch
not
Soot
bad.
inspecting the bacon as we go before he even eats a piece. Like he picks them up and like looks at them very intently just to make sure they weren't messed with, aside from just being, you know,
Yeah,
quick
just to make
pieces of
sure they
bacon.
are actually bacon.
He wipes the plate with his finger for a moment just to make sure there's nothing written on the plate. Like he lifts up the plate and looks under it for a moment, stares at it, uses detect magic, puts it down.
What does he think is gonna happen to the plate?
Then he eats the bacon, and it's a slow process. And he makes sure to chew very long.
How many weird
Wait,
Denny's have I
Ren,
been
what
to?
does he think is gonna happen?
You don't know.
PK.
Fern should roll a d6.
It's fucked up little Denny's, that's all.
D6 for how many fucked up Denny's I've been to.
Yes.
Skylar has just come to accept that all Denny's are a
That's
little
six.
fucked up.
You've
Oh,
been to
God.
6 fucked up Denny's. Skylar, you've been to all 95% Denny's. So you're like, they're all a little fucked up. When you meet a real Denny's, you'll know. But Fern, you've been to six weird Denny's.
Yeah, they have some weird Denny's.
That's just the way they are, I guess, you know?
No,
Yes. Yes.
no. You've
They-
never been to a weird Denny's,
I've been
clearly.
to so many.
Yeah, there's
so
a
many
look
Denny's.
on there's a look on Victor's face that's like somewhat approaching sympathy, but in that way of like, God, I'm glad I'm not you.
They shouldn't be, is the thing.
I feel like this is a equal but opposite energy to clearly you've never owned an air fryer.
Clearly.
Clearly you
You've
don't
never been
own.
to a weird Denny's.
Clearly you've never been to a weird Denny yet. God.
I feel like it's equal but opposite energy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways.
I don't think Aya's been to a Denny's in general.
Correct.
So she's just sitting here.
Cal has been to a singular Denny's before this, and it was just a normal Denny's.
Oh, bless
Victor
her
has
heart.
also
In the
been-
sense of Denny's, but yes.
Victor has also been to a Denny's, but in the way of like, where else are you gonna take a 3 a.m. date?
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's like you just end up at Denny's. You don't choose to go to Denny's.
Mm-hmm.
There was a Denny's in Cal's hometown.
There was.
So Cal has been to Denny's a fair amount of times, but it wasn't, as far as I know, a weird Denny's.
No, your Denny's was normal.
Yeah, in so much as any.
At
Denny's
least
is normal.
as normal as a Denny's
Yeah.
can be.
Your
Like-
Denny's was a 95% Denny's, not a 5% Denny's.
Also, for the
Exactly.
YouTube recording, this is not sponsored by Denny's. This
We very aggressively do not want to be sponsored by Denny's.
This is Benny's.
because-
We've been saying it wrong the whole time. No free advertisement.
No pre-advertisement. These Denny's are bad, just like Denny's in real life.
Yeah.
Also, legally, we cannot be held accountable for any eldritch horrors that may or may not occur in the vicinity of a Denny's.
Yes, exactly.
But
No one has ever been injured at a Denny's.
No one's ever been interested in
But-
Denny's.
Do Waffle Houses exist?
No,
Well-
there's just one IHOP.
There's no Waffle House. There's an IHOP. And there's Denny's.
This whole conversation is making me very hungry for breakfast
Right,
foods, which
right.
is funny because like 4 hours ago I just had pancakes.
Sorry, I
God.
should have warned you guys that this was going to be the Denny's LARP episode.
If our server comes back, do want to ask him about possible new people that came through, maybe?
I mean,
Has
yeah,
anyone stopped
eventually.
in for food?
Anyone, like a several 5-person thing, maybe? Or like
Might
just maybe
not
somebody they
remember.
saw out through the window? Especially if we're gonna be tipping well.
I don't think they get paid enough to remember things like that.
I think our tip is paying them enough to remember something like that.
Oh, but at the time, though, if you don't get paid enough at the time, you don't remember it.
Well, if things were slow with this many people and he gestures to like the couple and then the old lady, they might remember something. You do a lot of staring
Might be
out of
worth
windows
asking,
when you're
just
stuck
to-
in a place like this.
Your server does return to the table. Leighton, with 4 omelets in hand, looking a little bit not relieved, but he's sending them forth into the world, you know, as you do with a child when he sets them down on the table, and it's a bittersweet moment, but ultimately he knows it's for the best. He turns to the table at large, and he says, "So sorry about the delay.
No problem.
Can I get you anything else?"
I think we're all right, but we might, how would I want to read this? Sorry. We're wondering if you might have some, knowledge of some people that might have been through here. Seen anyone?
I see a lot of people. I've been working since we opened.
Continuously?
Gesundheit.
Soot, like, makes a face of, like, oh, you poor soul, especially considering there was an open 24-hour sign, in the front. He kind of just, like, from that pile of gold, he puts one of the gold pieces in there and just gives their hand a little bit of a pat, like, sympathetically, like, I'm so sorry. But also is like, there was a man.
Has no reaction to the gold on the table or to the sympathetic pat. Nothing.
Yeah, no amount of gold can hide that trauma. I understand. Soot knows. But he's just going to be like, if you've seen anybody, a blind man, blindfold, he'll describe Adder, or like, kind of look at the ring of dogs and ask them for like a couple of their like people's descriptions, like if they could cough up anything out of like anybody from their group.
And they do. They do provide some descriptions, some big descriptions of what they deem to be their most memorable friends.
If you've seen any of them, it would be wonderful if you could tell us something. Or if you've seen them pass by.
I mean, there was, yesterday, around, yesterday evening, there was a big, it was like, you know, I asked, because it was sort of, they all kind of showed up pretty close together, and they came kind of scattered, like, you know, every few minutes it felt like there was a new, we got pretty busy, but they all kind of seemed like they knew each other, and the guy, he points at Ring of Dogs and said, the guy you mentioned with the long black hair, yeah, I mean, there was a guy with long black hair, so, you know, yeah, I guess,
Anybody
some
wearing a
people-
mask of some sort?
a mask? Like what kind of mask?
He looks to, what was it? It wasn't Martin, it was,
Corinne.
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 And Corinne will describe it. Let me go see what the mask looks like right now.
Oh my god, no. Wait, I want to get rid of my shit, hold on. Delete.
No. Damn.
Too late!
It's gone.
Well, Corinne describes they saw it from pretty far away, but it was like a wooden sort of full face mask, maybe covered the whole face and had like a face in it. And Leighton just shakes his head. No. No masks. Probably would have remembered that. Not many of them got omelets though. So that was good.
Ooh. Shit. Burn.
Sorry, that was rude. You gotta understand, like a week ago, somebody ordered 6 omelets. Not like 6 people ordered 6 omelets. No, there was somebody in here who ordered 6 omelets for one person. Like different fillings, yeah, but it wasn't like a tasting sample. No, they ate 6 omelets. They're not small. Look at they're not small omelets. And the hash browns too, and I don't know, like
That's a special sort of someone who can down 6 omelets.
Yeah,
That is pretty weird.
I don't fucking remember what they looked like. I don't remember, but they ate all those omelets, and
Oh, no.
can't stop thinking about it.
I knew it!
You know,
Hash browns too!
What am I missing?
Oh my god. The faceless person that Fern saw on the watch was the one that ordered all the fucking omelets.
Oh, okay.
And ate all of them in one sitting, and hash browns. Holy
Victor
shit.
just kind of goes, I dated a girl once who once ate 3 of them straight, but she was drunk and vomited after, so...
Yeah, that's what you get to that amount of egg in your body, and I'm so sorry.
Fern makes kind of a face, like, at, like, the thought of the amount of egg.
Yes, it's making the same face, but mostly from the oh my god, if someone ordered that, I would die.
Anyway, these omelets actually, I think, turned out nice. I hope. Is your food tasting all right? And Ring of Dogs are like, yeah. And it's like, that's good. I just, I made 6 in a row, and knowing that they were all going to the same table really, I mean, by the time you even finish one, like, the other 5 are cold. So it's cold egg.
At that point, you'd better just order a quiche or something.
Oh, but you were saying, Blind Man, yeah. That wasn't yesterday, that was the day before, I think. Maybe the day before that.
A few days?
Maybe it was yesterday.
So gets a little bit antsy in his chair.
Or at least I think he was blind. He had one of those canes, and he kept his eyes closed the whole time, so I just got to assume.
So looks a little confused. So he wasn't wearing a blindfold. Black one?
Not unless it was invisible blindfold.
Weird.
Because I thought it was odd that his eyes were closed when he was, but then I saw the cane, and then I felt like, rude. Wasn't gonna ask him about it.
Good.
Anyway, I hope that helps. Sorry about the omelets. Is there anything else I can get for you?
I think we're good.
Check.
All on one or separate?
All in one. We can, split it. It's fine.
Can do. He walks away.
And we pile the gold and shit on the table.
We do not shit on the table.
No. No.
Sit is chewing
Nobody
over
was
what that
thinking that.
conversation was.
Think it's a different blind man?
Okay, so when I said
No,
what
it's
I
the
said,
same person.
I
They
thought they
mentioned
were-
a cane.
I thought they would have been smarter about pretending they weren't a big group.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Considering...
They might not be able to, though. Who knows exactly what that thing's power extends.
I mean, but then why even put in the effort of appearances?
Why stop at a Denny's?
Yeah, no, that's.
Why stop at it? Gotta
Or,
have
like,
the Denny's.
Or why have the entire group stop there? Why not just send in 1 or 2 runners to get, food for everyone and.
You have to have your Denny's. You have to have your Denny's.
Don't even talk to me before I've had my Denny's in the morning.
Don't even talk to me.
Don't even talk to me.
I would like to not talk to you if you've had your
I
Denny's.
just. Is this a terrible time to mention this is the first time I've been into a Denny's?
Oh, you are a lucky girl. I'm so
Yep.
sorry we introduced you to this.
Don't go to any more. This is probably one of the better ones.
I will take that into advisement. I also mentioned she just got orange juice. Like, she didn't get any food because she looked at the menu and went, "This is incomprehensible."
There's so much.
Yeah, this is on the better end of Denny's experiences.
Sit nods and
Been
the
to many Denny's.
However, they all are kind of like a liminal space, So, yeah, deal with that. What you will.
Yeah, some of the Denny's, you have to be careful. You walk into the wrong one, you walk out at a different Denny's.
Sit makes a face.
Is that a regular occurrence with...
No, only
No.
one of them does that.
Okay.
I haven't been to that Denny's, have I, GM?
Your Denny's, every time you walked out, you were walking out of the same Denny's.
Okay, good. Sid makes the weirdest face and he goes, I'm so glad my Denny's didn't do that.
Well, but then you'd never get home. You'd never be able to, work a second shift. You'd be like, oh, I'm somewhere else.
I mean, I guess you could just get lodgings wherever you ended up and then just go back to Denny's.
But it
That sounds-
wouldn't,
That
it
sounds
wouldn't
like
be the
the
Denny's
worst.
you walked into. It'd be the Denny's there.
But I
Yeah.
feel like if you were transported and you worked at Denny's and you were transported to a different Denny's, I feel like they would be obligated to give you a job.
Would I know if, working at a Denny's you can transfer easily?
I'm gonna say because of the nature of your particular location, then
We didn't have that
nobody
ability?
transferred from that Denny's. You were lucky to be able to resign.
Look-
So
Sid will mention this, just be like, well, my Denny's didn't have a transfer program. In fact, quitting was discouraged. Most of us didn't leave. But, heard of some Denny's that might have, maybe? They were the lucky ones. So you could maybe transfer if you ended up in the wrong Denny's. At least the weird one that you're talking about,
What?
maybe they, let you transfer if you ended up in theirs by accident.
I mean, it just seems like that they'd be obligated. I mean, you'd been forcibly relocated by a Denny's. It seems like they'd be obligated to give you a job after that.
Well, you gotta look at the terms of your contract and read them very well. Very well.
Fair enough.
Aya has no concept of Faye or she'd be looking at Sir right now and going, "Did you work at a fucking Faye Denny's?"
I have
Shrug.
But she has no concept of the Denny.
I know what the Fae is. Did Soot work at the fucking Fae Denny's?
I'm just gonna give it to you. Yeah. The
Have I
vibe
been?
on this man. Yeah, he worked at the Fey Denny's.
There's a
and
reason.
I've been there, right? That's one of the 6 I've been to, right?
Yeah,
Did I have
definitely have been to the Fey Denny's.
not while Soot was working there?
No.
I was like a teenager when I worked there, and like
No.
No, that would have had to be at least 100 years ago, right? Way before Soot's time.
You went to the Fey Denny's so long ago, but also because it was the Fey Denny's, you're not quite sure how long ago it was in the Denny's.
That's true. So I could have been there while Soot was working there.
Yeah, you just wouldn't have noticed.
Was at least a century ago.
It must have been so weird seeing Soot work at a Denny's because, like, normal clothes, no big hat, hair tied back.
Yeah, he's got it up in a hairnet, like tucked underneath a cap or something. Who knows?
I am fascinated by all of the implications of this entire tangent. Like,
and there's a reason he only orders the bacon. It's because the bacon's the only thing that the Fae don't put a thing on. It's like,
yeah,
everything else comes with terms and conditions. Don't do it.
I worked with someone.
Why? Is it because it's meat?
I don't know. The salt
Fae's
in it.
motivations are known only to the Fae, and believe me, you will get a chance to ask these questions one day.
Yes.
What were you saying, Fire?
no, thank you.
Yeah, Fire.
I was just saying I worked with someone who had really, really long, thick hair that they had to braid and basically twist up around their head to fit under a hairnet.
Yep, exactly.
So now I'm just she did it every day when she got to work. So now I'm just like picturing Soot in her place doing that every day, just braid, twist it up, hairnet over.
The braid he wears right now is leftover trauma from the braiding his hair for Denny's work.
I'm not ready for that. Anyway.
Yeah, there's very much that, like, still, like, same, like, Victor, just like, I'm so sorry, I'm so glad I'm not you.
Yeah. Skylar is just eating their pancakes and thinking that this is what the service industry must be like for everyone, and thank God they're a detective.
Leighton returns with your bill. It is a little less than 5 gold total.
Still got the same tips.
We just shower this man in money.
Yeah. Maybe if we give him enough money, he can leave.
Yeah.
You guys are tipping him 31 gold.
Nice.
That's gonna cover
for
his
like
rent
a
for the
20 gold meal or less.
It's
For a 5 gold meal.
5 gold meal. There we go. Excuse me.
Yeah. So you are tipping him 30 gold for a meal that costs 5 gold. Do you just leave it on the table and leave, or do you just point out the tip?
We're tipping him 600%.
Yeah.
Skylar might point out.
I think what Aya is going to do is put this tip into, like, a small pouch or something, so it's not just all of this coin across the table, and just
Hold on.
our tip for you.
Handing it to him?
Yes.
He takes it, pauses, turns around, turns back. Ma'am, are you sure you've handed me the right pouch?
Yes.
You're quite positive.
Certain.
Have a lovely
You
day.
You are the only employee, and you clearly deserve better.
Have a lovely day. He's walking away.
I'm asking for Joe, not so much for Aya, because Aya's taking it at face value. Did he mean the have a lovely day?
He did. He's
okay.
Service work has sapped him of all ability to sound sincere.
Hold on. Before he goes, Soot is going to take one of those bottles of cider alcohol he has, and he is going to, like, underneath his cloak, he's going to, like, grab their arm a little bit and, like, give it to them and just be like, for the trouble.
I think there's something in our employee handbook about this that says I can't accept this, and he takes it and he walks away anyway.
Yeah.
Exactly how it works, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
God, I'd like to imagine that every now and again, like, adventurers come in and realize how bad this guy has it working here and just give him an obscene amount of gold, so he's probably used to it by now. Just
Going to the back.
PK,
Yes.
does my goddess cover workers' rights?
Is your goddess the god of unions?
Your goddess is not the goddess of unions, however, she is highly in favor of unions and particularly in favor of sticking it to the man.
God bless.
I pray for unions.
God bless. Let me unionize.
I just put in my notes, -1 bottle of the cider to the Denny's worker, bless him.
Bless him.
I love our simultaneous response to this blowbo. Just like,
No, we will give you treats. Enjoy. We're gonna go now.
Literally, the point of D&D is to get attached to a one-off NPC.
Yeah.
Joe, this is the character I was talking about before session that I was excited for you guys to meet. Leighton of the Denny's.
Yes.
That's actually a school title.
Well, at
too.
least you knew that none of us would be assholes to a minimum wage worker because we all...
I sure did.
I feel this guy.
Yeah.
When this guy
Oh, yeah.
was like, I have to go make 4 omelets, I felt that in my fucking soul.
Yeah.
That's how I feel whenever someone's like, can I get 4 drinks with vanilla sweet cream cold foam? I'm like,
Yeah, I guess.
you can, but at what personal cost?
You
When
can, but
PK
should you?
when PK mentioned that this guy's the only guy working, I had flashbacks.
Yeah, this is me thinking about my mom on days where she had to deal with this shit as, like, a waitress, and I'm like, oh, fuck.
See, legally, we're not allowed to work by ourselves at Starbucks. The one saving grace.
God bless.
I worked at a Noodles and Company.
Yeah.
I've worked many a service job, and all of them simultaneously feel like this.
Yeah.
No, all my jobs have either been retail or museums.
Oh, goodness.
So I've never had
retail's not great either.
Yeah.
No, retail sucks. Retail is, oh god. Because it's like at retail, you like the managers are there, but you've never seen them work. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
They're mostly chatting with, like, fucking upper whatever the hell they're messing with. Who knows what they're doing behind the scenes.
Who knows?
Anyways, let's go try and find those people that ran off with all those other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
I want to go find them, please.
You guys.
We have had our Denny's interlude.
Yeah,
You
I had my
guys-
force.
We have hopefully made a guy's day less bad.
Yeah.
You guys exit the Denny's.
I do need another drink, though. I will be right back. Can we go look for the tracks, hopefully, or at least maybe signs of where other people have left?
The thing about Peckney is that it's a half-day's trip from Camlin and a few days out from any town farther north. But a lot of people pass through here because the only road north from Camlin cuts through Peckney. You get the vibe in the town that the general store is just there for motherfuckers who need to buy shit that they forgot to pick up in Camlin. And there does, like, it seems very much like this is where people who are passing through go. and the Denny's is sort of similar. There are the local regulars, and then it is the spot where you get road food for your last half day's journey to Camlin.
Mm.
However, you guys have no reason to suspect at this point that they would turn around. And they, from what Leighton told you, it seemed like they were almost behaving kind of normally, as normal travelers would, almost.
Mm-hmm.
So, maybe the road? Still?
Yeah.
Well, let's
But
just
you're
try
not
the
getting
road for a while.
tracks at this point.
But we are moving we are a smaller group, so we actually probably can cover more ground. So we might be able to catch up on them since they were here yesterday. And it was yesterday evening that they were here, so we might be able to.
And is there only one road out of town, or into and out of town, or is there like multiple?
The road, it's still just one road for now.
Okay.
From your knowledge of geography, because you did get a map in Camlin, I will just give you this. The road north splits 3 ways, about probably another half day's journey after Peckney.
Ooh, okay.
Well, we should probably get a move on if they've been here a day ago or so. Maybe, if you're comfortable with it, we could push the horses a little bit more. Maybe.
Victor turns to her horse,
Okay.
offers a sugar cube.
He consumes the sugar cube.
Yeah, Sid's trying to be nice to his horse as well. Giving her little
And just-
scoochies.
Alright, Theo. We're gonna be pulling a bit of a haul.
He looks almost, Theo is one of those horses with eyes, as so many of them are, and his eyes do look a little bit, not downtrodden, but a little bit, like, resigned, you know? Okay. His vibe is like, he is accepting of this, but only if there are more sugar cubes at the end of it.
If this
Victor
were the...
will-
Sorry, go ahead.
Victor will offer another sugar cube as appeasement.
If this were the Flintstones, the horse would turn to the camera and give a wise crack, but this is not Flintstones.
Maybe he will one day, you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys can head out of Peckney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ring of Dogs is freaking out a little bit on the road. They're like, okay, so why, if they're under control of the guy, if that's the reason they're walking this way, then why are they, like, talking and being normal?
Charm magic is like that sometimes.
Or
We don't know that something's
maybe the
wrong.
person with the mask offered something good for them.
Yeah, but they wouldn't just fucking fuck off, and the person with the mask clearly killed Claire.
It's
Also,
true.
they left all their stuff behind.
It doesn't make sense. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, and why?
There
Wondering
could
if
be a
they-
promise to go back.
Maybe.
Unfortunately, until we catch up to them, I don't think we can come to any conclusions, so
There's really
all we
nothing.
can do is guess until then.
There's really nothing we can conclude until we actually figure out what is actually going on. Otherwise, we're just turning these thoughts around in our head. I'm sorry we can't get you more information, but to be honest, we don't really have it. So. And we're just gonna be turning it around in our heads until we figure it out, which probably won't happen until we find them.
Also, before we leave, should we find more information about your friend Ada, in case he was not with that group?
Well, there was only Holmes, I think.
The general store might have something if he needed to. Since he's been gone from Camlin for a couple of weeks now, if I remember right.
He was
general
just
store-
spotted the other day, I think.
The general store, or maybe an inn of some kind in town.
How about we just do a quick once over the round and see if locals or anybody kind of... We can just go talk to a couple of people, I'm sure, before we leave. Otherwise, we're just gonna be on the road again.
On the road again?
On the road again?
Alright. Where do you guys look first?
Reminder of what's around. There was like the homes or the general store.
There's just residential area,
okay.
the Denny's, and a general store, pretty
Okay,
much.
let's try the general store first.
A general store.
Okay. You guys head in. It's nice. It's better kept up than the Denny's. It looks like there's 2 whole employees in there who are just sitting playing cards behind the counter when you come in. It's brightly lit. Looks like there's a fair range of sort of general travel equipment and rations and the like, things like that, basic stuff. And the young lady looks up when you come in and say, "Oh, good afternoon. What can I do for you?"
Okay, that's good. I thought Soot was gonna do this. Okay.
I was gonna talk.
Oh, okay.
Hold on a second. I'm a little stuffy. Yes, we're actually not exactly looking for wares, more looking for a person if you've got the time to spare for it.
I mean, there's only just the 2 of us in the store, you know.
Well, you might be busy and I wouldn't have known, but and he'll describe Adder as he knows him. You've seen anything like that, or and he'll kind of describe a couple of the other people that had been described by the Ring of Dogs. If you've seen anybody like that, if you could point us in like the direction, or if they've hung around in the area for a minute, we're kind of looking for them.
Well, not many people hang around in this here area.
Right.
But the gentleman with the blindfold, I do remember. I think he came in and bought some rations about maybe a month ago. It must have been, but I do remember him. He was, he's got distinctive appearance. And I think he was headed north. Because most people don't come in and stop if they're just headed south to Camlin. And I didn't see anybody of those other folks you mentioned come in, but not everybody stopped, so they might well have passed through. I just don't much pay attention to traffic on the road.
Fair, alright. So none of them were in with the last couple of, week or so?
Not that I can think of.
Alright. I think that's... we have anything else we need to buy? I think we're good, though. At least for now.
Well, you just come on in if there's anything you need.
Alrighty, thank you very much.
Of course, have a nice day now.
And we can leave, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Head north.
North.
Alright. You're headed. Are you pushing the horses?
I think we probably should a little bit, right?
Yeah.
If that's Soot is, as much as he's been don't wanna whatever with Victor, this is your horse. He wants to make sure it is an okay thing for you.
Yeah, he's okay. Victor is well, he's not happy about it, but he'll do it.
Alright. Well, if anything happens, I suppose I can take responsibility for it, at least a little bit.
Everybody make perception checks for me as you are on the road.
Alright.
Victor's attached to his horse.
Yeah.
Victor loves her horse. God bless.
Yeah, I love Victor for this. Ooh, that's a 17, but it's a -1, I think, if I remember my perception correctly.
Oh my god.
Points at her.
Could not be me.
Yeah, it's a -1, so that's a 16. I love these low
edit that
perceptions.
too.
I don't think I've played a character that has this low of a perception before.
Oh, Parker.
Oh.
Okay.
Also, for some
Worried
reason I thought
about
you
a
had a
horse.
higher modifier, Parker.
Well, it is
Sometimes.
a 5.
Anyway, it's a 5, yeah. My wisdom is not very good. I have it's a class skill. I have points in it. It's just my wisdom's shit.
Mood.
That's fair.
Okay, I'll be right back. I need to go use the bathroom real quick.
Okay. I'll
Mhm.
I'm still
start
listening
with
though.
Victor.
Wait, no, sorry, that's a 22. I thought the modifier was 7 for... I love being able to read.
Yeah.
Victor, you are distracted, whether that be with care for your horse or thoughts of weird Denny's and how much it sucks that Soot worked at a weird Denny's, or whatever else is on your mind. You're paying more attention to the road itself and not really focusing on much else. Cal and Fern, both pretty much, you notice, this is a very clearly a well-traveled road. Like, it is well-worn. In some places, it's like, would be nice if they, came in and filled some of these potholes. Not really. But there's like some pits that are like, yeah, that's probably been there for a while, and it's an old road, well-worn road, a lot of people on it. You're not gonna have much luck looking for tracks on this thing. I'll say Soot got the same. Aya and Skylar, you both, for different reasons. Why would you send this in my good Christian voice chat?
Haunts.
For one reason or another, aunts. You are both looking not at the road itself, but sort of off to the sides. And Aya, you first notice you can see a lot of birds off to one side, like little birds. Because the first thing you notice is you can see the birds. The second thing you notice is that you can see the birds because all the grass is flattened on the left side of the road. Skylar, look at that Moach.
Moach the
Moach?
roach.
Boy, Fern, let me see him. I want to see him.
I want to see the moat.
See
Hello.
He likes to be held a lot more than Lance does.
Aww,
Yes, I feel
Mochi.
good.
He's so cute.
He looks so shaped.
He's very shaped is the thing.
Should I see if I can find Jasper to scoop her?
Scoop.
Yeah, exploit your cat for clout, just like Ren. Oh, no, come back!
He's okay. He just wants to shift. Come here.
Little boy.
Skylar, you notice first thing that the grass is flattened and trampled down over to the left, and
Okay, let's let you out.
more than that, you can also see what looks like the remains of a fire pit off there to the left side of the road. A lot of grass is trampled down and flattened.
Come join me.
Interesting.
Okay.
Oh.
Come join
And
me. Hey, come on.
The
I want
fire
to exploit
doesn't-
you for clout.
The fire isn't giving any smoke, like it's still. Ooh, just meowed.
That was definitely Jasper.
I've never
Mochi
heard her
left.
meow
He's
before.
mad.
Oh my god. And there's there's no traces of smoke coming from the fire, right?
You don't see any smoke, no, so it definitely wasn't like a just now the fire got put out, but in order to see if anything's still hot, you'd have to go closer.
I touch the fire to see if anything is still
You
hot.
don't know about the fire.
Oh, never
Skylar's
mind.
going to say, one moment, guys, and she's gonna jump off. They're gonna jump off their jump off the cart and walk up to the fire and just try and see if it's hot.
Oh,
He sounds so sad,
Jasper.
Did the
Yeah,
kidnapper...
she's stuck on my shirt. I'm actually trying to get her in a better position to show her to you guys.
PK, did the bandit kidnappers and bandits practice good fire safety?
Mm-hmm.
That's that is what you're about to find. Look at her. Look at that beautiful girl. I do love how she becomes harassed.
Yeah. Her tummy and her leg, how it stick out. Like you stick out so far. When she's harassed.
Comfy position for us both.
Look at her. Angel. Sweet girl. She's so kitty.
Mm-hmm.
She's so kitty.
Kitty.
Mm-hmm.
What was your question, Jamie? Sorry.
What I'm going up to the fire to see if it's been put out, like if it's warm still, and two, if they followed proper etiquette for putting out fires.
These coals are still warm.
Okay.
Only you
Are they
can
safe to
prevent
touch?
forest fires.
They are. It looks like somebody threw water on the fire for sure.
No!
Oh God, no!
You're welcome, Parker.
Why?
I've forgotten my fire safety training, but I know that that's bad.
Mm-hmm.
So
why is it bad? Wait, I don't
why is
remember
it
why.
bad?
Why is it bad?
If you just dump water purely direct on a fire to put it out, what happens is the fire goes out, sure, but it also makes a bunch of steam.
Mm-hmm.
And that steam is really, really hot and can burn you very badly.
Yeah. Also, it can like spread around coals, and then like the coals don't get like put out like it's supposed to, so it can still be like flammable.
And even
I remembered that.
And even if you avoid either option, you are drenching your fire pit, and that's going to make it so much harder to build a safe fire later.
Yeah.
You guys watch
you're gonna have wet
Skylar
tinder and
kneels
shit.
down to like see if it's warm.
Yes, I'm
Stand up and just shake their head before like kicking dirt onto the coals, just to be sure. And then they say, so two things are evident here. The pit is still warm, and two, they do not follow proper fire safety etiquette,
PK.
which is quite disappointing.
yes,
Can I listen about this?
yes.
Thank you. Ooh, that's a pretty good roll. 14.
So, would I have a sense of how long sort of a fire pit stays warm for? Like, she's been at campfires before. Like, she's done the traveling merchant thing. So,
Make a survival check for me.
happily. You only get your wisdom modifier to this.
18 listen,
yes.
by the way, PK.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't see that you sent the message.
Also 18.
For your survival.
Yes.
You'd probably guesstimate. You go up and examine the fire pit. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Sorry, good God, I'm trying to arrange the words.
You're okay. You're okay.
In my sentences. They probably, in fact, you're quite sure that the earliest this could have been put out was this morning.
Yeah.
And probably later in the morning.
Okay.
So
we're only a couple of hours behind them at most.
Yep.
Fuck yeah, let's catch up.
and looking around as well, Aya, because you have specifically because you have stayed in large like merchant caravan situations, like this is easily a 20 plus person camp.
Yeah.
Oh, so it would have taken a while to get them up and going.
It's so you think it's very clear, like this was a large group of people. This is probably the large group of people you're looking for. and it's a lot of them. It's more than would have been just Ring of Dogs.
Yeah.
Well, this must be where all of them are.
Large
do we have
group
anything?
looks like the Ring of Dogs and
The gold trawlers?
I as Joe can't remember the other group, and I'm going to say that Aya doesn't either. What was that?
Siddle just mentioned the gold trawlers.
And the gold trawlers, and probably whoever they've got, sort of. Whoever was the backup for the masked bastard.
Right.
We're probably only a couple of hours behind them. Maybe an hour, 2. Maybe.
Well, do we have anything we need to prepare? I don't know. And he kind of like glances at the rest of you. I mean, there's some spellcasters, I think, in this group, right? Is there anything we need to prepare ahead of time?
Look at what spells I have available to me.
I
think I can switch out my things every day.
Soot will mention. I need to look at the list of stuff that he found. He ended up finding. Let's see. Where did it go? So he found those little jars that he found were polish of an inconspicuous armor, so you rub it on armor and think about some clothes you want it to look like, and it'll take on that appearance for 24 hours. So basically you can disguise your armor into normal clothes. Another of the little jars is oil of an undetectable alignment, so you rub it on yourself and people can't see or detect your alignment for 24 hours. And then the shirt and trousers are a set of clothes of many garments, so you can put it on and decide what you want them to look like, and they'll become those clothes. And then the earrings are +2 to perception checks for hearing on the sides that you are wearing those earrings.
But you only found one earring.
Really? I thought it was a set.
I believe I just said one.
No,
I think
it was
you-
just one.
Oh, really? I thought you
If
said
I
earrings
typed
when
it-
I got them.
Hold on.
Yeah, it was just one because it had gotten lodged somewhere.
Oh, no, that was
a
Adder's
different
earring. I thought it was a set of
Oh.
earrings when you mentioned it, but if it's just one, that's fine.
I thought it was funny.
Hello.
I thought it was
Hi,
funny
madam.
if they only gave perception bonuses on the side that it had the earring on. So I that was my motivation for it being one. But if I said 2, then it can be 2. I don't remember.
I can look back in the episode when we found that, but for now we can say it's just one. I wrote down in the loot channel that it was an earring combo, but that's fine.
Okay.
It can be just one, it's okay. It is very funny if it's just one.
Would you like to see her again? See the baby cat again?
Yes.
Kitty.
Victor is like, I don't see much combat use in any of those in this particular case. I would like to keep that set of clothing as the thing.
Wait, what did you say? Sorry. About clothing?
The changeable attire.
If you'd like that, you can definitely take it. I don't think I really need it.
Appreciated.
Yeah, it is a pair of, nice silken kind of shirt and trousers.
Mm-hmm. Can I have an item name for that, PK?
It's just clothes of many garments.
Okay.
Because the Pathfinder version is like sleeves of many garments, where you put sleeves on over your actual clothes. But I thought that was stupid, so they're just real clothes now.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah, that's a much better idea, PK.
You just put on some sleeves. It's like no, you don't. You put on real clothes.
That's dumb. It's like unzippable sleeves or short thingies.
Yeah, I thought it was dumb, and that's why we are here. With a technically non-canon item, but it's canon in
It's
my soul.
fine. It's
And
fun.
The shorts of
Homebrew
many
is always
pants.
accepted. We love that.
Hi, baby cat.
Um,
You're being very cuddly right now. Do you need something,
there-
or is this just you going? Well, you wanted me to be. You disturbed me from my rest, so now it is
cuddle time.
So kitty.
There is also one
now you
item.
must be petting.
There's also one item that I found. I don't think we're gonna need it. We might. But if we need to be undetected at some point, there is... And he kind of holds up... let me look at the description. That bottle that kind of... was one of the other, like, potions instead of, like, the jars of ointment that he had found. This can make you invisible for, I think, 3 minutes. I don't really want us to use it yet, though, unless we really need to. This is a very... Do I know if this is an expensive item or not, PK?
By your standards, Sith, this is a very expensive item.
It's very fucking expensive, and if we don't need it, we shouldn't use it. But if we do need it, it's available.
It also might let us get the drop on the guy with the mask so that we can prevent him from... potentially prevent him from controlling whoever we're intending to keep him from being able to speak to us.
Exactly.
Well, at least while he's got the mask on.
So...
I mean, I'm of the opinion as well we should hold on to it if we can. I would not like to make our plans around it.
Exactly. And it can only affect one person, so they would really need to be able to do their job well. Or at least try to. As far as I know...
You also know, Soot, that once you attack, this will go away.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, also, if you do things when you use it, you will come back. So this is better as an item of reconnaissance versus using it to get the drop on somebody necessarily, unless we really need it. So...
Fair enough.
Yep, fair. We should probably save that then.
Once we figure out where they are, maybe. But we'll save it for the planning stages.
I presume this is why we are still moving forward.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
We're still trotting along with the horses. Keep an eye out to make sure we're not, like, overtaking somebody or walking into an ambush, maybe.
Make some perception checks for me.
Oh god, not me. Oh, that's a 1 minus 1 for a 0!
Natural 20, baby!
Hey! Opposite sides of the spectrum, look at that.
Oh,
What
let's see. I got a 22. I'll put it in chat.
Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna put mine in chat for prosperity's sake. God. This is why I need to have, like, one of my ears out so I can hear myself talk when I'm speaking. I can't... If I have 2 of the headphones on, it doesn't work. I can't speak.
I love the variance we've got.
I got a 0 perception.
Genuinely iconic. Soot, it's so loud right now. You can't think about focusing
Yeah.
on vision.
So
when
it's just... Oh.
They started talking when you were discussing the fire, and then they just kept getting louder and louder, and you can't make out individual words at this point.
Yeah.
But it's...
Most of Sid's energy is going into driving the cart, and he hears nothing else.
Yep. Let's see, who's next? Okay, so... Fucking Cal and Skylar, you guys are keeping a sharp eye out for any signs of ambush, any signs of threat on the road. You're not seeing anything. You guys do pass a number of people. It's a fairly busy road at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys do, and everybody, you guys and above, do hear at some point, I'm trying to say, you do hear some people talking about how busy the road has been today, as if it's unusual.
Yeah.
And Victor with a nat 20 and Aya with a 28, you guys, despite the fact that this is a well-traveled road, maybe it's because it was a little wet weather last night, maybe it's just because of the size of the group you know to be moving, you feel like you're pretty confident that they are on the road ahead of you, because this looks like recently a large swath of people moved through.
Yeah.
So you're quite confident you are on the right track here. And again, you hear people talking about how busy the road is as compared to normal. But I'm so glad you're getting that shirt run. You guys keep going for another hour.
Excellent.
Another 2 hours. In your third hour, you do see okay, sorry. In your third hour, you do see sort of people don't really make camp at this time of day. It is about 2 p.m. But you do see sort of off in the distance what looks like a gathering of people a little ways off the road. Not moving, just chilling, maybe?
So we'll slow the horses. Probably to like a very slow walk.
It seems like Victor and I are the only ones who noticed them at first, because they seem like they're far enough off the road that they're trying not to be noticed.
Yeah.
Or at least making some effort towards it. Like, they're several hundred feet away from the road and sort of in an area of hilly terrain where if you hadn't been looking, you wouldn't have noticed or thought anything of it.
If that's the case, if Soot starts to slow down, Victor's gonna go, and get us around the next hill, then we'll stop.
Sure.
It'll look better.
Yeah, they're likely keeping eyes on the road.
Alright.
And if someone slows down and has noticed them, they're gonna realize something's up.
Aye, aye. He will continue with the horses at the gallop we were doing.
Alright. You guys go to the next hill and then stop, is that what you said?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Like, the next hill in terms of, like, you know, we are somewhat obscured from
Right,
their...
yeah.
Victor's gonna stop the horses, hop off of wherever on the cart.
Hello!
One of you bandits, which one of you are you the best quiet?
They all, like, look at each other and, like, Mace? Mace is like, fuck, really? They're like, I mean, yeah. Okay.
If you're gonna be looking for stuff, Suta's going to hand you the earring.
My thought was just take one of them close enough to see if we can't identify, make sure this is the large group we're going after.
Sure, but if you hear anything interesting while you're nearby, just take it for now.
Mace will put the earring in.
Okay, who are we sending to go scouting?
Mace, Victor, so far?
So how stinky are you, Victor?
Pretty, like, I'm on the higher end. I've got a +8.
Huh, that's actually what is my sneak.
I think
My
my
sneak is. Oh, I also got a +8. Yeah, no, about the same here.
I like that you're like, on a scale of like 1 to infinity, how would you rate your sneaking? And Victor's like, oh, well, you know, an 8. And you're like, oh, me too, about an 8.
Yeah.
Victor has been doing the sneaking for other things during this investigation process, so you would have a good sense that she's pretty sneaky.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't here during any of that, so.
That's what I'm trying to say to
yeah.
you, as
Yeah,
in
yeah.
me saying to Jamie that Skylar knows Victor's
Okay.
sneaky.
So, okay. Is the plan for you two to scout ahead and then...
I mean, that's the
Relay?
plan in my brain.
Seems like the best bet for now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you...
The less people that head out there, the better, so just you two probably would be best.
Holler if...
Okay, and what's the signal for if everything goes to shit?
Shouting. You'll hear it.
I mean, a couple of us could be
Fair
a little
enough.
bit closer. Be the middle ground, I guess. Maybe... And he kind of, like, looks at Cal a little bit. Maybe you being closer might be good. You and Aya? You guys are pretty heavy hitters. Just in case.
Also,
I can move pretty fast.
I also tend to be... Yeah, I'll be closer to you then.
Alright. I'll stay back a little bit, but if you need anything else, just holler.
I will. And Victor's gonna take Mace and try to get close enough so that Mace can see whether or not at least some of them are their buddies.
Alright, go ahead and make some stealth checks. By which I mean you make one stealth check and I will make another one.
Come on.
Victor!
That's gonna be a 17.
17? You and Mace are on par with each other.
Nice.
You're sneaky enough, you think. You sort of creep using the terrain to your advantage, using sort of, there's some shrubs and things that you sort of duck around and use. And as you approach, there's sort of a moment where you have to freeze because you feel people coming your direction, and then you look up as you're sort of tucked behind a shrub, and 4 or so of the people who had been gathered there are walking towards the road, not directly towards your companions, but sort of on an angle to get to the road ahead of where they're at.
Okay.
And they do not seem to notice you. You seem to be well enough hidden. But they are just sort of walking in that direction. They look normal, I will say. Like how normal people walk.
Can I like sense motive at all? Like,
yeah, go for it.
What's the energy? What's the vibe? Per se.
Go ahead and make a sense motive check.
Ooh. 16.
16. These appear to be people walking not under duress from anybody they're walking with. They're even sort of chattering with each other in low voices, just as you do. They seem to be friends with each other. They don't seem to be in any kind of distress.
I'm gonna elbow Mace and just like any of them.
Make a perception for Mace as they're walking away. Mace looks at them, squints a little, and then sort of mouths to you really quiet, like, I think at least 2 of them are gold trawlers, but none of them are ring of dogs.
Alright.
guys are able to get closer to the main gathering of people if you would like.
Victor's trying to come to a decision, and I think she is. She's gonna pull Mace along further with her.
Okay. You guys scooch a little bit closer. And as you get to a point where you can just sort of basically lean around a hill and see, Mace does sort of like nudge you and nod and like.
Mm-hmm. Victor will nod back and like that, like, got it. Can I get a rough head count, please?
Yeah, make a perception check just to see how many details you get.
And if I can spot natural 20.
God.
Yeah.
Victor!
That's your second nat 20, right?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Nice.
I even changed
Right.
dice. I even changed
Parker, right.
dice.
Nice.
Fuck yeah. Okay, nat 20 for 25.
I also, like, if I can see the motherfucker, like the long black-haired mask motherfucker, like if I can pick him out, that'd be great.
Okay. The black-haired motherfucker was different from the masked motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh, well
that was
then,
just a description
the
of the Ring of
mask
Dogs.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You do see the guy with the long black hair. You also see, it seems to be about 10 people gathered there.
Mm-hmm.
Not counting the 4 who walked away. And you see some of them, there's the person with long black hair, who you assume is a Ring of Dogs person, who is chatting with other people who seem to vaguely match the description of more Ring of Dogs, and their like clothing and gear seems in line with your bandit buddies, and so you're like, okay, so there's maybe 5 of them there who are just sort of sitting and chatting, or standing and chatting rather, with each other. There's another 3 who seem to be sort of grouped up with each other, talking. And then there are 2 more. No. I've done my math wrong. There are 4 Ring of Dogs, 3 other people chatting, 3 more. 2 of whom seem to be wearing, sort of darker clothes. One of them has a hood. They both seem to have swords with them. And the last one, who, above all else, you do notice the carved wooden mask on his face. Who is not sort of commanding or speaking directly to anybody at the moment, rather just sort of discussing, it seems like, with the 2 people next to him.
Okay.
Anything physical you can note?
Yeah, so you can't get really physical details of the 2 companions. The man in the mask, you can't see his face. He has lighter hair, about shoulder length, maybe. And seems to have fairly fair skin, wearing fairly muted colors. But that's about what you get from his appearance. And the two, he doesn't seem to have any weapons with him. The 2 people with him both seem to have sort of long silver rapiers or other such slender swords. From this distance, it's what they look like.
Okay. With that, Victor's of the opinion that she and May should head back to the camp.
I have a phone call. Give me a second.
Okay. You guys can head back. Make another stealth check for me as you're heading back.
Oh boy.
So you don't alert the people that just left.
We
Good
got
job,
this, gamers.
Fuck.
Oh no, gamers.
Uh-oh. Fly
Oh, no.
towards the sun.
That's gonna be a 12.
A 12?
Gamers.
Well, I will say Mace got a nat 20.
Oh.
Oh,
So you do kind of trip, and Mace like actually fully grabs you and is like, bruh.
God bless Mace.
And then you think you're undetected as you make your way back to the camp. You don't hear any sounds of pursuit or anything, certainly.
Phew.
Or by the camp, I mean the wagon, where the rest of y'all are straight chilling.
Victor is at like they grab her, she gets on her feet, and she is like, no more touching. God bless.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I appreciate it. Just,
Yeah, sorry. Anyway.
And get back to the cart.
Yep, you guys are back at the wagon.
Alright. Good news. Mask Guy and some of the Ring of Dogs are indeed over there. Bad news, it seems like a good number of them are also already ahead of us.
Oh shit.
I mean, we could deal with Mask Guy first.
Sure. I mean, if we have him under at least some sort of rope, we might be able to do something about people that went forward.
Yeah, no, and with at least 2 of them down, that's 2 more that can't fight us, so...
You said
There are 10 people back there in total.
Well, that's fine. There's like 10 of us here.
I wouldn't say that's fine. If we can do it quietly. You said there was 2 people next to them with rapiers, right? If we can separate them somehow from those 2 people. Or create some sort of diversion of some sort. Maybe mess with it. Did they have any sort of like... They weren't traveling with a wagon or anything, right?
No.
Okay, they were just on foot. I mean, it would be different if we could mess with some of their provisions or something, but I don't think we can do that. Maybe the next time they leave in a group, maybe we can move, I guess?
Are we thinking a confrontation here, or wait to see where they're going?
I mean, do we know if there's any split in the road ahead of us? Like, you said a little bit of some sort of split, right, PK? Or have we passed
so
that?
as far as you know, the road splits in 3.
How
maybe
far?
an hour or 2 down the road.
Oh, okay.
So a fair ways.
Well, maybe we should... I don't know. We don't really want them to go to that split, do we?
No, that'd be less than ideal.
So maybe we have to do it before then. Because if they get there, God knows where they're going to be, and we're going to have too many options to go through. Then we'll have lost them.
I also don't like the idea of them being met up with everyone else.
Exactly.
So we take them up beforehand. Also, we've got those Tanglefoot pads in case we need them.
Right.
I believe I have one, and the other one, Cal, has one, I believe.
I'm of the opinion in the forest where there are trees and such.
I agree. I think that's a good idea. If there's a way to draw them out from all the other people, would be the best idea. I mean, we don't really want to mess with... You said most of them were Ring of Dogs folk that were left behind there, right?
About half and half on the bandits, and then the last 3 are the mask folk and
the 2 rapier wielding ones.
Well, we could, make some sort of sound that, they send someone to investigate, so take 1 or 2 off that way, and...
I've got a couple of cantrips that could do that. Kind of. I've got my Haunted Fae aspect. Well, actually, hold on, which one? Ghost Sound, I could do that one. Allows me to create a volume of sound that rises and recedes, approaches, or remains in a fixed place. You choose what type of sound it creates. Casting it cannot therefore change the sound's basic character. So I could, within 25 feet of the camp, make some sort of weird sound that they could investigate, I suppose.
Maybe someone kicking a rock or breaking up a branch of a twig or something.
There's no guarantee they'll send any of the rapier folk.
Yeah, it seems more like protection for the mask folk person. So
they probably send some of the bandits, if anything.
Maybe. Well, if we could somehow get a couple of them out of there, or, like I said before, maybe catch them on their way out when there's less people.
I mean, Mace and I did see the path that some of them are taking back to the road, but it's not a guarantee that that's the way everyone's walking.
Alright.
So there's no real good way to set up an ambush.
Could go, I could disturb them with the matchbox, possibly.
That's true. Matchbox is rather disturbing.
So makes a little bit of a sad face at that. Like, you think my dog is disturbing? He's very good at causing a ruckus if he wants to.
I like the idea of trying to draw some of them out. However, if it goes wrong, we'll spook the others, and who knows if they'll run or come looking for a
Yeah.
fight.
And I don't really like the idea of drawing that mask person's ire. Kind of freaks me out a little bit.
I think we might just have to go for it.
I think so too, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, we held our own with that lot out in the basement there, so maybe we'll be alright.
And there's 2 people guarding the masked person, and 3 of us do a more up-close combat, so
I might be able... Go ahead, sorry.
So that's, something.
Exactly. If they don't have their weapons drawn yet, I might be able to keep one of them out, so I might be able to take out one of those rapier-wielding ones. Like I did with that one person that we kind of knocked out before, out in the basement.
Mm-hmm. That'd be useful. What are we doing with our bandit friends? Are we bringing them along to even the numbers, or are we not?
Well,
So we'll look at them a little bit like, how good are you at, he pauses for a second, he's like, oh, you weren't exactly,
Okay, alright, look.
Without insulting them, maybe give them the option.
I don't want you, okay, look, I'm not saying it to say that you're bad at what you do, but I am saying that I don't want you to necessarily die, is the thing.
Well, those are our buddies over there, and
yes.
We don't want to die either, can't stress enough that, but... Like, if there's 10 people there, you're 6 people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't care. Like, 6 people against 10 is not great.
No, it's not.
And, maybe we can have them going against their own buddies to ensure that, they are non-lethal with them and just bring them down rather than, outright murder them.
Well, if need be, would you be willing to at least knock your own friends out?
I would knock any of my friends out in a heartbeat if it meant I did not die. Don't worry.
Alright, then
without hesitation, I would knock out some of my friends to not die.
Alright. Well, there's some gold trollers mixed in there, so maybe you can get a little bit of
I would, without hesitation, murder a gold troller to not die.
Let's try not to murder them, but yeah.
They're
Anyways,
assholes, just for the record. I don't know if we've clearly established
I know
that
this,
enough.
at least from what you told us. I'm sure they're assholes, but also, if we could probably bring those ones in for the bounty instead of you.
I like your style.
Alright? Then let's not fucking murder them then.
Okay.
Pull your punches a little bit if you can.
I will do as I must.
Obviously, if it's them or you and you kill them, no big deal. But
yes, it kind of nods at that. In general, though, just try to not, if you can. But in general, just protect yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
Well, I guess we can kind of try and sneak up. Do we want to kind of surround them or something? How do we want to do this?
I think that might be a good idea. Try to get us all around them as best as possible.
Alright.
And if we're not clumped up, there's less of a chance for us to be hypnotized or whatever at once.
Exactly. I could definitely try to bond one of their weapons to their side so they can't really use it to attack us. Did the masked person have a weapon of any sort, or were they just the mask? Okay.
Just the mask.
Well then, I can go after one of the, like I said, one of the ones with the rapier. They looked kind of nasty, you said. So, or at least able to defend them. Maybe the heavier hitters can go after Corey.
Before deciding which of us, more up close people fight the masked person, Aya and Cal, how do you think you fare against certain, charms and things like that? More susceptible, less susceptible?
Hold on, I have to check something.
God, could you imagine if they charmed Cal, or it's like, okay, murder your friends? It's like, god damn it.
Right.
Cal goes
I only have a
first.
4 will save, though.
Well,
Oh no, +2 versus enchantment spells. And
that's what I was looking at.
Yeah.
I'm like, most of us, like, elven
If you're a
stuff, we
fucking
have...
half-elf, you do have an extra +2.
Yeah, we have a
for-
+2
Yeah.
to the saving throws.
Okay.
I've got.
Hi, sorry about that.
Welcome back.
And we can't be...
Yeah.
We are immune to magical sleep effects,
Oh,
and... yeah.
Right, so I asked, because I forgot you weren't here, I asked Cal and you how you are against, charms and things like that.
Pretty decent.
Okay,
My
so...
will save isn't great, but I do also have the +2 against enchantment.
So we
Nice,
should all do
nice.
pretty fair then, I guess. Whoever gets there first gets to wail on the masked person.
Get the great honor.
Oh, I also have an extra to my will when I'm raging. When I'm.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Ooh, nice.
That's what I knew. I knew I had something like that, but I had to check it because I haven't.
Awesome.
Hell yeah. Okay, so
Yeah.
we should all do pretty okay then. Sweet, sweet,
All
sweet.
right.
Yeah.
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 Joe, the current plan is going for a surround and, crush.
Yep.
Okay.
Since technically
that-
with our little
I-
ring of dogs people, we are a group of 10 against 10, so hopefully this goes okay.
And I
Okay,
think,
and to
um,
clarify before battle, are we going non-lethal here?
We're gonna try. If you
Yeah,
have to do
we want
lethal-
to try and do non-lethal at least, because we don't know who's under the mask,
Mhm.
and at least for the people who have been basically held captive by this, we want to go non-lethal because we don't want to murder them for getting.
That I figured. I wanted to mostly clarify for the masked
Yeah.
man.
We might want to make sure Masked Man
Here's
is like
the thing,
non-lethal.
I'm not entirely sure that masked motherfucker isn't Ada, and Soot will be very upset if we murder Ada.
Soot has a way to fix that. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Thing is, if Mask Motherfucker dies, I'm not gonna be too upset.
Yeah.
It's whatever. It's fine. It's probably not Adder. It's okay. Shh.
Yeah, it's probably not at her.
maybe not.
It's weird that he didn't wear a mask when he was in that bar one time, though. That's weird. I don't like that. Or a blindfold. So it's a little bit like, what? Hello?
So, the way we are doing this is the three of us, and she points to herself, Cal and Aya, we're approaching pretty much
Frontliners,
close-
yes.
Yes, pretty much approaching together-ish. And then you all, please, just, spread out as far as possible, and also, don't give us away.
Well, I'm not too terrible at stealth, but I'm not the best, but I can definitely do things to help. I do need to be about 25 feet from the person to be able to cast that, Peace Bone spell that I'm able to do. Make sure that they can't do reactions and shit. I guess I can do it
You
when
said that
everything
there
pops
were
off.
2 with swords?
Yep.
Eh?
I just have to do it before they take the weapon out, so... Before... Yeah. It'll be fine! Let's just get
We'll
to
make
this.
it work.
Let's go do the thing. I would like to get this set up. Come on. So
Right,
looks eager
so
to get
out of
this done.
character, we are approaching. Melees are approaching as stealthy as possible.
I think we all are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should we roll for stealth?
Go ahead and roll for stealth.
Alright.
Victor's gonna go ahead and pop a guidance on himself.
Oh, thank God.
Thank you.
I thought it was gonna roll the 1, but that
Okay,
was cocked. Okay.
Put one in
Whew.
chat.
Where's my stealth? My stealth is +3. That's...
Oh my god, guys, you're not gonna believe it.
Is it another?
Is
nat
another?
20?
It's another nat 20.
Oh my god, dude.
Don't forget the guidance.
Yeah.
Guidance! Do it! I didn't
It's
roll
just
very
it's just a
well.
flat add. It doesn't add a dice in this.
Oh,
Oh,
true,
okay.
true. I keep
So-
forgetting this is not D&D. This is Pathfinder. Pathfinder.
Okay.
PK, I'm so close to breaking your 30.
I'm kind of upset. It's okay because no, the rule isn't. I start killing when you guys hit 40. Remember?
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that's-
right.
Yeah,
and
because
I
I've
stop killing when you hit 50.
I've definitely broken 30 with my with one of my what are they called? It's sense motives before because I got a +15 to that
These
baby.
guys are rolling like
Nice.
that. Okay.
I really want to get my... What thing do I have to a +10 right now? My bluff check. I should get my bluff to fucking 30. I can tell lies so good, and my storytelling and my intimidate is real good.
All right. You guys,
Actually, no, my
describe
knowledge
to me the way you're trying to do. Are you trying to circle around? Any of you circle around to the back, or just?
Well, wherever the sword people and the mask people are, that's where the melees are. If they're in the back, then
Yeah.
they're in the back.
Yeah. So it's
They're
gonna be...
sort of all clumped together.
So it's
Let
gonna
me-
be
sorry, my roll 20 is just
closer.
reloading.
It's okay. So it's gonna be a little bit closer to where like the melee people are. Not the best thing for him, but he is trying to be like, if I need to be close, I will be within 25 feet, so I can.
So you can prevent one of those melee bastards
Yeah.
from drawing a blade on us.
Yeah. I mean, they've got a success on I forget which save it is. I think it's like a will save of some
It's
sort.
not a strength save,
A
but it's the equivalent.
strength check equal to my DC. So
Oh, so it is a.
yeah, they need to make a
It's
good
just a
strength check.
not a-
Yeah, not
Yeah.
a save.
Victor,
Roll
what
20 really is taking its sweet time reloading here.
Of course it is.
Victor is gonna go ahead and try to get as far around the back as possible to, like, she's good at stealth. She can move probably better around the back without alerting anything.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes
Yeah,
sense.
and we don't want to like bum rush up, or we're gonna have to wade through the other guys. So I think Aya's suggestion is that those of us who are melee strikers sort of edge around the side and try to approach from an area that's at least not being as heavily watched.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. I do need to go pee again. It is raining like crazy and it's making me need to go to use the bathroom, so I'll be right back.
How long is this combat?
Yeah, we
It's-
might have to just like set
I
up
want
stuff
to
before being done.
Start this, but I'm gonna say I want to start this. We will finish by 11.
Bless.
Okay.
Pray and sleep.
That is what I will say. That is
Okay.
the commitment I will make.
Okay. Sorry, I'm sleepy.
You're good. We are gonna do some stuff here. I'm just gonna, for ease of use, I'm just gonna
We are
I'm just gonna
actually trying to have strategy. I'm proud of us.
I'm proud of you guys too. I'm making all Ring of Dogs people one token and all Gold Trawler people a different token just to make things a little bit easier.
No, that's the wrong person.
And just to make sure we know who we're non-lethaling.
Yeah. And then I'm just picking, I don't have a token for any of the main three, so I'm just grabbing random ones.
Jamie, why did you tag me
Because-
about
Because I tried I keep forgetting that Amy's name is not Amy, and I typed AM, and then your name came up, and I clicked it on like out of reflex, and then I hit send without realizing. I was like, oh no, that's not the right person. Amy's not a big gamer, especially not assigned by Gale. And yeah.
I thought you were making a comment about my chronic anemia.
No. Oh god. Mood.
I also, sorry, I am once again thinking about the scale of the amount of interaction different party members have had with Denny's, and Aya is just sitting here like, this is the first time I have been in a Denny's in either of my.
Like, even if Skylar walked up into a fucked up Denny's, I don't think they'd notice because they would be too busy looking at whatever paperwork they have or whatever food they're eating. They just would not care.
Guys,
Bird
we spent
in the Denny's.
we spent so long role-playing Denny's.
And that's what I wanted you guys
But
to do.
I think that is the best thing ever. We can deal with our problems later.
I like the about an hour and 10 minutes into our Denny's roleplay, the remembrance that this goes on YouTube.
Yeah.
We have to be like,
this is not sponsored.
We're not sponsored by.
Here's your shitty combat map of the week.
Hashtag non-spawn.
Yes. Yes, I love the shitty map so much.
So this is what we've got. You may notice I'm going to point out some important things for you. These are Ring of Dogs.
Okay.
If they look like that, they're Ring of Dogs. If they look like this, they're gold trawlers, you assume. If he looks like this,
mask guy.
He's a mask guy. If he looks like this, he's a rapier guy with a hood, and his buddy, rapier guy without a hood, the two genders.
Excellent. So we know which one I've peace-bonded.
With and without a hood.
Yep. And you guys can go ahead. You guys had quite good stealth overall, so I would say, Victor and Aya, place yourselves wherever you want.
Over here.
Okay.
Okay, that's also where I was thinking, but
if that's where you want to go, I'm gonna give you preference.
I need to be within 25 feet of those rapier wielding ones.
I will say, anybody who rolled below a 20 on stealth, you need to locate yourself behind one of the,
one of the trees?
One of the trees, one of the little obstacles, any of the markings on the map, you need to be, hidden behind one of them.
Right,
otherwise, you're not cool.
I'll be right here.
Otherwise, you're not cool.
1 second.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Aya's gonna want to be, because this is basically a straight shot to Mask Guy. Although she might be slightly further back, but
pop yourself back
basically
further, please.
straight shot to Mask Guy without having to risk anyone else getting.
I love that we're surrounding them. This makes me so very happy. Strategy, you guys. Strategy.
Occasionally, we can strategy.
I love it. I love when we're able to strategize and not be surprised by combat.
It's gonna come a little farther down this way, so don't just have a circle.
Okay. And I'm putting Ring of Dogs a little bit farther back because they all rolled kind of ass on stealth, but I'm not going to make them screw you over, so I'm putting them back away from the fight.
Beloved.
They are backing off slightly so that they don't spring this before.
Yeah. And these are the other Ring of Dogs, who are also all the same guy, just for the sake of my brain, because they all use the same character sheet, but they're going to be back here a little bit.
I just noticed the road thing there. I didn't read the A as an A, so it was like rude.
Rude
this way. Love it.
I will say, as you all get close and sort of assemble in position, the mask guy sort of stops and turns his head a little bit in this direction.
Uh-oh.
I just alt-tabbed. Oh.
And turns his head in that direction and then murmurs something to one of the two men next to him. And the one in the hood says, sort of quiet, 6.
Oh, they know we're surrounding them.
Oh, very not poggers.
And I would like initiative rolls.
Damn it! Well, we didn't surprise them. Maybe the Ring of Dogs will surprise them.
Oh, hell
Oh,
yeah.
I rolled really good. I rolled a natural 19.
Neither of you are getting a surprise. If you had rolled really bad on stealth, they would have gotten a surprise round on you. If everybody had cleared their perception checks, you would have gotten a surprise round on them. As it is, you're starting on
Equal terms.
Dude, I rolled so fucking good. This is the best roll I had all night. Oh my god.
Initiative is just Dex, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, cool. That's okay, cool.
I'm just rolling it so that I can have it on the board, so.
Oh, I put you on the board.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I got the same thing as Soot.
Nice. Well, this works wonderful because then I can peace bond somebody and you can hit them.
Yeah, we've actually got it pretty good.
Oh no, what I'm going to do to start it off is I'm going to fire breathe on these three right here that are the ones we're fighting.
Jesus Christ, okay.
Shout out to my 6.
Yeah.
Your initiatives are always something else.
Woo.
Like, yeah.
Love
Your
it.
3 nat 20s had to, I guess there is there is.
See,
Yeah.
what happened is that you rolled the really good stuff, I rolled the really bad rolls, and then it came to me rolling the 19, and then Fate was like, no, you get the bad rolls now.
I'm putting all Ring of Dogs on the next initiative. Let me just really quick roll for... Okay.
Ooh.
That's my boy. Okay. Where is my sweet, beautiful masked man? There he is, my Blorbo.
Sorry, I'm just thinking about how much we paid this fucking man, the fucking Denny's employee.
Oh yeah.
Like, even if gold is not as much as we've sort of been conditioned it is from 5e, that's still like...
No, you guys...
We still gave him like a $300 tip.
Yeah, we gave that man the $50 bill that he did not expect to get, I'm sure.
Okay, cringe. I lied. My Blorbos aren't all beautiful. Only one of them is.
Yeah, I saw that 23. Oh, the fuck. You little shit.
He got a nat 20 for his initiative. So.
Bastard.
Is that masked? Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Of course he is.
To begin, I want... The masked man turns and says, come on now. Why don't you come out and we'll talk? And I want Cal and Soot
Damn it.
to make will saves.
Oh, I'm not good at those. Do we have we have like a plus something to these though, right? Because it's a charm effect, right?
Yeah, you get a +2 to this. This is an enchantment effect.
Okay, I'm
I just rolled a
terrified.
natural 20.
All right.
Ooh, I
Cal?
rolled actually okay.
Cal, you don't think this man has any shit that you want to listen to?
Natural 20 for 22, by the way.
16?
16. And this is a flexible DC depending on circumstances. So 16 will pass.
Oh,
this time.
thank God.
This is your
Fuck
first
you.
one. Did you say that?
You.
Sure.
Okay.
What was that was said?
Just
Huh?
a fuck you.
Soot said fuck you, and Cal said no thank you.
Yeah.
All right. That was his action. It's time for Skylar.
Yeah. Skylar is going to. I don't know what the actual component for this is, but I'm gonna say it's a chili pepper. They pop a chili pepper into their mouth, get right up
Just
here,
like
and
Granny.
and they're gonna cast Fire Belly, which I think is just a weaker version of. Let me just check to be sure. Weaker version of Dragon's Breath, which is a 15-foot cone. Let me see, where is it? Spells, but just like Granny. He read about a nice little gnome lady who did that, and
15-foot cone of flame that deals 1d4
yeah,
points of fire damage, reflex for half. Okay.
yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was gonna grab a d20. No, I gotta grab a d4.
You gotta grab a d4, and these guys will roll dex saves.
Yeah, come on,
Where
d4.
is what I'm looking for? I know what I'm looking for.
Okay. That's a 3.
Standard actions.
3.
That's what I want.
This guy. Okay, so this guy fails, this guy passes, this guy passes. So these guys take 1, 1, and 3.
Yeah. You watch as Skylar just comes up, takes a deep breath, and then like flames just come out of their mouth. And then they say, "Oh, sorry, my bad. I guess I should not have had that taco for lunch." And pull out the rapier.
Oh, goodness.
Cal collapsed.
All right, it is now Set's turn.
Sid's gonna, like, half step out of where he was before, and he's going to look at the guy with the hood and just be like, you really should put that away. Keep it there. And he's going to use Peace Bond.
Okay, remind me what I have to roll for Peace Bond again?
Alright, so, here we go. I'll put the thing in
Strength
chat real
check
quick.
that provokes an attack of
It is,
opportunity when they make it, and
so
it is
you
their
need
action.
to do a strength check of DC 15.
Okay, so on his turn.
Yeah.
Okay. Make a quick spicy little perception check while we're at it.
Hell yeah.
But this guy,
Ooh.
the rapier in the sword on his belt, or no, a rapier in the sheath on his belt, you feel your magic take place and lock.
Alright. 15 perception.
15 perception. So because you picked the guy with the hood, it looks like this guy has 2 swords.
Fuck!
One on each side. However, you've definitely locked one.
Okay.
Or at least he's got two something silver, probably a blade. It is now. Is that your turn?
I don't think I can do anything as a quick action, so.
Okay.
Yep.
It's Cal's turn.
Cool.
He does, by the way, the person with the hood does turn towards you when you speak, but the hood is pulled over his face, so you don't get like expression or anything, but he looks us like, bro, what the fuck, in his turning.
Yeah.
Alright, sorry, now it's Cal's turn.
Yeah. Cal's gonna go and he's gonna pass by hood guy and go and whack Mr. Masked Man in the face.
Alright.
Oh yeah, I need to put battle music on, huh?
So that I will be doing an attack. What's my attack? There's the big question, huh? 21?
21 hits.
Yeah, okay.
I'd be concerned if it didn't at this level.
That'll get
too.
there.
Oh, I want a blood rage.
I know bound of accuracy isn't a thing in this, but 21 is a lot for level 2 encounter.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll your
Yeah,
damage.
so, okay, that is, hold on, I have to check things.
Did you go into a blood rage?
But yes, they did.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, which actually makes it like a 23 to hit, but whatever. Same thing. Which makes that 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage, okay.
Hold on, let me check. I'm doing bad at math. I'm sorry, my brain's really fuzzy. Sorry,
okay.
no, 10 points of damage.
10 points of damage.
You're doing great, Fire. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, sorry, I've had a headache for like a week and a half at this point.
Oh, but I'm sorry.
Oh.
It's okay.
All right. We're ending soon.
Yeah.
It is now Fern's turn.
I have to add my temporary hit points.
Hi.
Hi. What would you like to do?
I don't know.
That guy.
There are
right?
some.
I've been thinking about it. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say the Ring of Dogs gang here and the gold trawlers have not yet. They look shocked to see people, but they have not yet moved in a hostile manner. More that they're just startled and taken aback.
Can I lure them away?
You could try.
I'd like to try.
All right. What would you like to? Are you just gonna call them, or what's the vibe?
I don't know.
For a second, I thought you said are you just gonna call them? Oh.
No, I don't actually know is the thing. It's the only idea I have.
You could definitely try to call them over.
You're a friendly
Yeah.
presence.
I'll try that. Just be like, hey guys, don't.
Hey, we're friends here.
Hey, we're all friends here. Why don't you come and join me instead? There's nothing to worry about.
Ren role-playing Fern in this moment.
Thanks, Ren.
Hard hands.
Just like that.
I am also tired, so I get you. It's okay.
Exactly like that. Make a your friend check.
I rolled a 4
Oh.
on the dice. On the dice, plus 10, that's 14.
Oh, that's not bad.
14. Okay, so they look at you.
It's
And
not
they look-
great though.
They look at you and they look confused about A, where you came from, B, who you are, but they don't look hostile towards you. They are not moving towards you, but they're looking at you and thinking, okay, there's a guy here.
Huh.
Shoutouts to the guy.
Guy of all time. Fern.
Watch out, guys! I got a guy.
All right, it is now Aya's turn.
Cool. Aya is gonna make a beeline for the masked guy
Okay.
and trying to avoid. So basically stopping next to Skylar and going here so that these guys are less able to stab.
Mm-hmm.
And is going to do a little bit of a funky little slash with the fan. She is fighting defensively.
Okay.
She's basically preparing for this asshole or one of the trawlers to attempt to shank. So that is whatever I roll. I believe it ends up a +1 because I'm fighting defensively. Yes. That is a slutty 20 though. Fortunately.
I really wish you wouldn't. God bless.
Okay,
It does.
I will go back to calling them dirty 20s. I apologize for having...
Absolutely filthy 20.
Let's not. You're
Okay,
gonna.
sorry.
It is that hits. Roll damage.
Yeah, okay.
Murder.
Why the fuck are my D4s?
I stole them.
Did you have to?
Yes.
Why?
20 on the rocks.
Fun.
4 points of... What is the Warfan's normal damage?
Slashing.
Piercing. I've got it set for piercing and slashing.
Okay. All right.
Possibly could have tried to snatch the mask, but it wasn't
All right.
quite at it yet. But she is fighting defensively, so she's got a higher AC. So I will mark that down.
Okay.
It
is now this guy's turn. Unhooded guy. And unhooded guy is going to, he's gonna try to stab Aya.
Rude.
And that's going to be a, good God, that's gonna be a 21 to hit.
Bugger!
Sorry. But it's only 5 points of damage. And he's...
That's a whole fifth of my hit points. You're aware of that, right?
Yeah, but I rolled a 1 on the damage die, so be grateful.
Yeah.
Also, PK, I did notice something about Peace Bond. It says in
Yeah.
saving throw, it says will negates, in quotations, object. Does that mean they would have made a will save instead?
No, that means if it's a sentient sword, it makes a will save. Which
Oh,
this is
okay.
Oh, neat.
Okay.
That's cool.
That's cool though.
Sorry, I just
It's-
wanted to mention it just in case I was doing the spell wrong.
That does seem like such a way to annoy a sentient sword, though. Just like
It
peace
does.
spawn.
Just go to your room. It is now Victor's turn.
Okay. I'm gonna do what I should have done before combat and cast a Shield of Faith on myself, please.
Yes, absolutely.
Which is going to up my AC by 2. God bless.
Hmm.
Man, Aya and Victor did so well on the stealth.
Anything else?
Is it a full action to cost?
It is a standard action. I don't have any quick actions, and I'm debating the efficacy of getting up at anybody right now. I'm just gonna shift my position over this way a little bit
Okay.
and call it a day.
All right. It is now the hooded figure's turn. And Soot, he had turned to look at you when you cast Peace Bond on him.
Oh.
And he'd seemed pretty, well, you couldn't really tell.
Fuck.
But he doesn't reach for the sword that you just peace bonded. Instead, he reaches for the other object hanging at his side that a second ago you thought it was a sword.
Fuck.
It's not. It's a long, slender, silver
Fucking
cane.
cane.
And he grabs it and touches it to the ground. And he turns and says, "They've more reinforcements coming. 24, maybe more. We gotta go right now. Right now." And that's where I'm gonna end session. Since
Motherfucker!
we
Hate that.
full round of combat.
My
And
boy!
that is where I wanted us to get to.
Is that
Okay, I
voice
like that.
familiar at all to anyone?
Me.
That voice is sure as hell
Tatter.
familiar to Soot.
Oh.
But that's your boyfriend.
It's not my boyfriend.
Your boyfriend's doing human trafficking.
I don't know why he's doing
Yeah!
this. I'll go kick his ass for a little bit. We'll figure it out. Jesus
Okay,
Christ.
does the mask
But-
look like familiar to me, and you know how I mean that?
I do know how you mean that. Could you make for you it could be a local if you want, otherwise Arcana.
My local is better, so I'm gonna do
That's
that.
why I'm saying it can be a local for you.
No, 8.
No,
Okay.
it doesn't.
Okay.
But yeah, that is session. Sorry, that was, on the longer side. I was pushing to get to a
It's
certain
good
point.
though. Hey, we did it before 11/10 o'clock.
Okay,
so.
but there is one thing possibly in Alda's favor. He just blatantly lied to them.
We got 3 guys. We ain't got 24.
Yeah. I'm gonna try.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get
so-
him the fuck out of there, PK. I'm gonna kidnap him. I don't know what he's
So
doing there, but
unfortunately,
he's
we may
not
have to beat the
staying.
shit out of your blowbar.
I mean, if somebody, I mean, the fact that I peace-bonded him is so fucking funny, actually.
I was so glad when you said the one with the hood. I was like, do the one with the hood, do the one with the hood. I dare you fight the one with the hood.
I was like, they're next to Cal. It would be very good if they got peace-bonded. And I'm like, well, Victor's going before me, so I might as well not do that one because it's not going to be helpful. So, yeah, hood guy. And I was like, also like, can't see their face. I want to do hood guy first.
God,
God, I love
bless.
the first words he hears from my mouth is just fucker. Or fuck
Yep.
you.
Fuck this
I
guy.
clarified to make sure that you said that for real.
Yeah, no, he did. He's like, fuck you. Like, indignant, very much so. That would have been a tone that Adder is familiar with.
Okay, the
Oh my
omelet.
god.
Oh yeah, the
The
omelet
guy,
thing.
the guy with the omelets.
Yeah.
What's their problem?
Okay, I'm gonna stop
Their
the
problem
recording.
is unimaginably dense. I can't even begin to explain their problem, but